the second episode of the JK podcast. We sure do appreciate you for all the love and support we got in the first episode.
Yeah.
We did pretty good on views for being our very first episode. I hope you guys stay with us. We have a pretty good show for you today. We're going to talk about some juicy stuff about the games that we had today. So without further ado, let's get into it. Celtics versus Raptors. The Raptors tied up the series 2-2. Man, those Raptors, they looked good today, didn't they? They played pretty. Javito, I know you're really happy that they tied it up 2-2. So let me ask you guys these questions. Can the Celtics turn it around and make it their series, or are the Raptors going to keep it going? So Javito, I would like to start with you. What do you think?
Okay. Honestly, I know Raptors have won 2 straight. The Raptors are not. It's not a guaranteed win for the Raptors. Celtics are still in this game, in this series, pretty clearly. I'm just gonna say something. I'm still a bit worried with the Raptors offense. They barely broke 100 points tonight. What took them to the finish line was their defense. The Raptors, they played Pascal Siakam 46 minutes, Fred VanVleet 45, and Kyle Lowry played 44 minutes. They're going all in because they gotta play those guys because they don't match up with the star power that the Celtics have. So if Tatum's going to be playing 40 to 42 minutes, you need those guys on the court pretty much all the time. That's obviously going to make guys tired on offense. They're probably not going to score as much near the end of games because they're going to be tired, but they're gritty. The Raptors are gritty, and if this series keeps on being this way, gritty games, I think the Raptors have a shot because if the Raptors like to play at this tempo. Raptors like slow,
That's true.
Gritty games. So, and they got the players. Kyle Lowry is a dog. He's very gritty. Fred VanVleet is gritty. OG can be gritty, but I think we still got a series on our hands. And the Celtics get the one thing very well. They made Pascal Siakam become a shooter. They forced him to take shots. He shot like 13 threes. He went 2 for 13.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good defensive scheme because he's average. He's not a great shooter. He's average. If you force him to take those shots, you put yourself in a very good position if you're the Celtics. So we still got a series.
You can live with those shots if he takes them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree with Javielito. It's definitely still a series. I picked Raptors in 7. I'm sticking with it. I called out Pascal Siakam yesterday. I think he showed up. He struggled from 3. He shot 2 for 13 from the field, but he did score 23 points, which was his season average. He was very aggressive.
13 from 3-point percentage.
Yeah, from 3.
You said from the field. You said from the field. My bad.
And he was really aggressive tonight. He scored 23 points, grabbed 11 rebounds. But the Celtics, man, they shot 7 for 35 from 3. Now, I know the Raptors played really good defense, so I want to praise the Raptors. I don't want to bash the Celtics, but the Celtics have to shoot better. Like, they missed a lot of open threes, despite the Raptors' good defense. Don't get me wrong. And Marc Gasol has to be better. Like, once he fouled out, I realized he had like 4 points and 5 rebounds. That's not going to cut it when you have a 7-man rotation. So I'm still sticking Raptors in 7, but I think the Celtics are taking the next game.
Gasol had 2 rebounds.
2. That's awful.
He's not
2
playing.
rebounds.
Gasol's not playing.
Can't do that when you're 7 feet tall, man. He's got to pick it up. I think the Celtics are going to turn it around next game. I still think the Celtics are going to win the series. The game they lost in Game 3 came down to a last-second shot. In the game they lost today, it was really poor shooting by them. It was just Tatum had 24 points. He was 10 of 18 from the field, which is decent, but he was 1 from 6 from 3. Kemba had 14 points, shot 9 times, and 9 of those shots were 6 threes. He shot 6 threes and went 1 for 6 from 3. Kemba's got to get to the hole. He's got to get to the paint, get to that mid-range shot. He's got to shoot more than 9 times. He's got to play aggressive. He can't do 9 shots. 1 to 6 from 3, like I said. And then Jaylen Brown had 14 points, and he really struggled from everywhere. He was 4 of 18 from the field, and he was 2 from 11 from the 3. And like Jose said, they were 7 from 35 from three. That's 20% from the three-point line. That is awful. I don't think the Celtics are going to shoot that bad again. I don't think Kemba's going to go 4 for 9. I don't think Brown's going to go 4 for 8. I don't think Tatum's going to go 1 for 6 from 3 again. And I don't think the team is going to shoot 20% from 3 again. So I think they'll pick it up. And I mean, the Raptors, they just shot better overall today. They made 10 more threes and shot 35% or 39% from 3. 39 to 20%, 10 more threes. You're going to lose the game. So I think the Celtics can turn it around. I think their shooting will get better. And I think Kemba definitely, 100%, he needs to take more than just 9 shots.
Yeah, he has to play better.
That's not going to cut it. 9 shots. I mean, it's the playoffs. He has to get it together, man. He has to get it together.
Yeah, the Celtics played right into Toronto's hands basically tonight by not being aggressive.
They did.
And I don't want to take away anything that the Raptors did, because the Raptors played a good game too. You know, defensively, the Raptors did good, and they made it tough for the Celtics shooters at times. But the shooting's got to get better.
See, and kind of back to Kemba, like I know Kyrie asked for a trade, but like if Kyrie was on the team, he's not gonna shoot 9 times. So like he's gonna be aggressive. He's gonna try to get to the hole. He's not just gonna settle for threes.
Exactly.
Things like that. It's like. And also the thing with like Toronto, like I gotta give props to like Nick Nurse for making adjustments and actually getting the team going. Like they play like Toronto basketball, like Javier said. They slowed it down, and I think because of like this slow style, it turned they turned Boston more to like a half court team, which led to I guess more threes. Yeah, they weren't hitting them, but like I don't think they really want to shoot that many threes in a game. At least, I mean, I know they do, but when like Toronto's hitting them, then you're like forcing the other team to shoot threes, because like VanVleet, like at least in the third quarter, like I think he had like 3 big threes at the end of the quarter, and that gave him like a spark going into the fourth. But and also Siakam, yeah, despite going like 2 for 13 from 3-point line, he was still producing. Like he was actually playing like his regular self. Like he wasn't. I mean, he was kind of forcing a little bit of some threes, but like if he's open, he's gonna shoot them. He just wasn't hitting them. Yeah. And then like the same thing with like Jaylen Brown. Like he was just. I mean, a lot of them were good shots. He was just like in the corners. They just weren't falling tonight. Like he's like, I think he shot like 40-something%, maybe 41% from the 3-point line in the regular season. But tonight they just weren't falling, and that's just how it is, man. If you miss like 23 threes, it's hard to win. But yeah.
Like Javier said, the Celtics are forcing. First of all, I'd like to say the Raptors didn't exactly have a really good game. Like, okay, they played okay defense, but Siakam shot 10 of 23. Most of his shots were 3-pointers, like Javier said. The Celtics are making him beat them at the 3-point line. If he's hitting. He usually doesn't. Today, he had an okay game. He grabbed 11 rebounds. That's pretty good. Lowry and VanVleet had an awful shooting night. They played good defense. VanVleet hit some really good shots at the end of the game. They played big minutes. So I wouldn't really say their final totals in terms of points and stuff is all that impressive, since they played almost 45 minutes each. VanVleet did come through. Kyle Lowry did draw some very crucial charges, especially on Jaylen Brown and a spin move he did late in the game. But I got to say, the Celtics just weren't hitting shots. Jason Tatum, he went 10 of 18. Yeah, that's all cool and all. But he had like 5 turnovers. Kemba Walker had 5 fouls. And like Jason said, Kemba Walker's not shooting the ball. He took 9 shots. 6 of them were threes. He only hit 1 of them. He's got to be more aggressive. He's the second best player on that team. Jaylen Brown, close to second best player on the team. I think he missed like 8 corner threes today. He's usually really good at those. He was bricking absolutely everything. He had an awful shooting night. No one else on the bench gave them absolutely anything. I don't know, man. Marcus Smart played 41 minutes, gave you 8 points, 2 of 8 shooting. I don't know. I just think the Celtics had a really bad game. I think the Celtics still win the series. I had the Raptors winning at the beginning of my playoff predictions. I don't see how they win today, last game they won, like you guys said, they won off a game winner that was completely miscommunication by the Celtics. Jaylen Brown should have covered OG on that shot. They probably would have won that game if
That was actually
happened.
Jason Tatum's fault. But yeah.
We can. I like to. Okay, we can talk about that later. But they missed. They had a miscommunication on that defensive possession. They lost that game. This game, I do not think at all it is indicative of what the Raptors are doing. I think the Celtics still got this series. They had a awful shooting night, and they were within 7 points of winning. I think the Celtics are making the Raptors play their game. They're forcing, like you guys said, and I said previously, the Siakam is being forced to be a three-point shooter. Gasol is not getting absolutely anything. Ibaka's been okay. Norman Powell's really not doing much for them either. And their guards they're just not shooting efficiently. I really think the Celtics have it. I think they'll probably win in 6. They'll probably win the next 2. That's just how I see it. I don't really think this was indicative at all of how the Raptors and Celtics series is.
Yeah, the reason I'm sticking with the Raptors is because of what also happened today, which we saw the Celtics are the deeper team, but their bench can be non-existent at times. Like last game, the bench was really good.
I think the Raptors are deeper, though. I think the Raptors are a deeper team.
I don't know if they're deeper. I mean,
I think Celtics have more talent on their team, but I think the Raptors are deeper.
If Raptors only have 7 players.
Look,
that's
yeah,
it.
I'm saying besides Serge
they're
Ibaka,
only
they don't
playing,
got nobody coming off that
they
bench.
have Powell and they have
Powell and Ibaka, that's it.
Ibaka right now, but realistically, the Celtics only have Robert Williams, which is essentially a rookie. Brad Wanamaker isn't doing absolutely
Grant Williams is good too.
Grant Williams, he plays good minutes for them. He only had 4 points.
Ojale plays good minutes for them too. He's played good minutes.
Ojale, I don't really think he gives you much.
More than the Raptors bench. So I'm saying
Wanamaker 3 for 5.
What I'm saying is Wanamaker. But what I'm saying is that he's not exactly a good bench player. I wouldn't call him a good bench player. And Grant Williams only shot twice today. If you're gonna have him be a productive role player for you, he can't shoot twice. You know, like last game, I'm pretty sure he shot maybe twice as many times as he did today. He's a good 3-point spot-up shooter. He's got to be better. Ojale, I don't really believe in Ojale. I think he's okay. I don't think he should be getting – he played 11 minutes today. That's fine. That's enough for him. But I believe the Raptors, if they wanted to play Boucher, they wanted to play Rondae Hollis-Jefferson for their defensive.
Nah.
And he's shooting.
Nah, man.
Matt Thomas.
Matt Thomas sucks.
You can't have
he sucks, yeah.
Can't have him on the court. But I think Boucher would be probably he would play the way Ibaka's playing. Ibaka and Boucher should probably be getting those minutes because the Celtics are athletic. Gasol cannot keep up with the Celtics. Gasol played 25 minutes today, almost 26. He had 4 points, 2 rebounds, 2 of 5 shooting. He's really not doing anything, like, at all.
I'd rather have Gasol out there, though.
Like,
I'm not saying not play him. I'm saying play Ibaka more minutes. That's what I think. I think
I'd agree.
Ibaka played 18. I mean, he scored 18 points, 7 rebounds. He was 7 of 9 from the field, and he went 4 of 4 from the 3-point line. You know, like he's playing well.
I'll agree with that. Yeah, he should play more.
He should play much more than Gasol. Like Ibaka did all of that in 22 minutes of play, and Gasol played 25 and gave you 4 and 2.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Gasol, he's not good for this series at all. Maybe if you play the Heat next round and you get to face Gasol with Bam, I think it's still a bad matchup. But Gasol, I just think he doesn't have it anymore in terms of playing big minutes. I think he's a spot player. He should probably be playing, like, say, 13 minutes per game. Ibaka should get 30 minutes. Like, he got 18 and 7 and 22, you know. I think, especially on the defensive end, he's much more mobile. He's much more athletic. I don't know. I think Ibaka should be getting he might be not the key for them because Lowry and VanVleet got to play better. But he could be very important for them if he plays big minutes.
I want to say something. They should play Ibaka more. but the Raptors really, really struggled from inside the three-point line this game. They shot 40% on shots inside the three-point line. That's very bad. They nearly shot the exact same percentage from three and from inside the three-point line. The guard for VanVleet 6 for 19, Kyle Lowry 5 for 16, even Pascal Siakam 10 for 23. He's supposed to be a slasher. He's supposed to be very good at slashing. The whole team struggled from inside the line. I think you giving Ibaka and Boucher more minutes can maybe open up the game from inside a little bit. But Marc Gasol has to be better. Marc Gasol has to dominate at times in the paint because he can dominate. Daniel Tice is like 6'8", 6'9".
No, he can. He can
No,
dominate.
I'm not talking about dominating like the game, but at stretches you can just give him the ball in the paint and he can get a bucket for you sometimes. And sometimes that's what you need. I think that's what they need.
Yeah, when like the clock's running down or whatever, so just get it to him.
You need a quick bucket in the paint. I'd rather get a quick bucket in the paint from Gasol than a
Daniel Tice is a very good defensive player. Daniel Tice is very good on defense. I don't think you just give the ball to Gasol and have him score a bucket for you. I don't think that's
his weakness is that he's small. Other than that, he's pretty good.
He's like 6'8", but he's amazing at defense. Like I don't think okay, he could be 3 inches shorter, but he'll jump 10 times higher than Gasol. Like I don't think Gasol's doing anything against him.
Yeah, I mean, but
Gasol can't foul out though. He can't foul out of the game.
I think the kind of like the problem I have about like maybe like playing Serge Ibaka more is because like Serge Ibaka is what he's like 32, 33, and he's like the only good thing coming off that bench right now. Like I don't think you really want to play him like, I mean, play him like really really heavy minutes like.
Well,
considering
for this series,
considering that every one of your starters is playing like 40 minutes per game, Ibaka should play at least like 33.
Yeah, he should
he should play more.
Like 28 maybe.
I think you play Ibaka more than you play Gasol because Ibaka just, even if he's your only option off the bench, just give him the more minutes. And give Gasol just for this. If you have a
7-man rotation, maybe you could just bring Gasol and what's their other bench play? Norman Powell. Gasol and Norman Powell off the bench for rest purposes, but maybe play them like 13 to 15 minutes. But you got to play. They're already playing their starters 43 minutes per game. Like it's really not going to cost you to play Ibaka 35 or 33 minutes. Like
it can only help.
It could really only help considering what Gasol is giving you. Norman Powell, he could just be a rest provider for the other players. I just don't see how Gasol is like any type of factor in this series. I think Ibaka has to play for the Raptors to stand a chance.
Yeah, and also like the thing about Norman Powell, he's either gonna give you like 4 points or like 15. It's like it's in between. It's like.
Also, something very important about Ibaka, other than just like his raw stats, like he gives you a lot of energy. Like you see him play, he'll swat a shot and then he'll like pump up his team, and I think that's really important for the Raptors because I think they feed off their defense, and having Ibaka block a shot and have them go on a break is really important for them. And Gasol's not going to do that for you. I saw Ibaka block a shot today and finger wag doing the celebration. That's awesome for them because that's energy. He got the block shot, which is good for them, and he also provides energy for them with the celebration. And I just think Ibaka needs to play 10 more minutes than he's playing right now, at least.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I also think that Kyle Lowry grabbing 11 rebounds, very impressive.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I'm. I like to hate on Kyle Lowry for his charges and stuff. But that man could really play some defense. Like he knows exactly where to be on every possession. He sells every charge. He's the heart and soul of that team. He is very good for them. I disagree. I believe that he's better than Kemba Walker. I will not agree with that. But Kyle Lowry is immensely important for them on defense. He's super clutch on defense. Those charges are insane. Sometimes I'll get mad at them only because they were so good, because I root for the other team and I'll get so pissed because I know that was a good charge and that man knows what he's doing and he's a champion, he's a winner, and it makes me mad sometimes.
He's a Hall of Famer.
He could be a Hall of Fame player.
If Grant Hill is in the Hall of Fame, anyone could be.
He is.
Hey man.
He's a Hall of Fame player.
Hey man.
He's got a ring now.
Man. All right, man.
So what should the Celtics do? Should the Celtics just keep doing what they're doing, or
They're gonna
did they
start making
change
their
anything
shots.
up?
Gotta
What
get in the
did-
gym before the game. Gotta hit some shots. They gotta put up some shots.
Yeah, they gotta make those threes. They got a lot of wide open threes. They just gotta
They're
hit their
fine.
shots.
The Celtics are playing fine.
Celtics are
Break
fine
it.
on defense. Their offense just didn't
Yeah.
Their offense just didn't. They just wasn't there today. Last game they should have won it. Today just wasn't there. The
Yeah,
Celtics
they
are
just
fine.
missed.
I think they're fine.
Okay, let's talk about the other game we had today. It was Nuggets and Clippers. The Nuggets got off to an amazing start in the first quarter. It looked like it was going to be a blowout. The Clippers kind of came back, sort of kind of came back. The game was
Yeah.
kind of close at
They
some
almost
times,
did.
but it was still far from being a close game at the same time. So did the Nuggets did the Nuggets play excellent? Did they have a great game, or did the Clippers just not show up today?
Nuggets played amazing.
Yeah, the Nuggets played good. I'll give them that. I'll give props to Coach Malone for making the adjustments, the defensive adjustments. I thought there's like no way Denver had like the personnel to do this. Like they were just like triple teaming on everybody. They were just like clogging up the paint, making it hard to get rebounds. Trez was struggling to score. He had like two people on him. Like Kawhi was getting Kawhi got blocked like 3 or 4 times. Like man's was getting destroyed. And also, I mean, there's also like a lot of no calls, but whatever. So they're just playing physical, and that's just the way like the playoffs usually go. And
No
but yeah,
calls, man.
and also, I don't know, it was just really tough for them to score. Like it was suffocating. Like I guess, like the Clippers kind of came out expecting it to be easy, like the first game, and then before they knew it, like they were down 20. It's like that's kind of how it was. Like Denver just came out, hot, bro. They came out like fresh nuggets, man. It's like straight off the oil, man. It was just spicy, man. Like,
I think
onions,
all of us, we got to give the Nuggets an apology.
Yeah.
We were bashing
Pretty
them.
harsh.
Yeah, Jokic was
Whoa.
killing us, bro. Those threes, bro, that was crazy. And then I gotta apologize to Gary Harris. I've been calling him a walking break, but I think he hit like 3 threes in the fourth quarter. He hit like the last 3 like with like a minute or 2 left. That was like the dagger. I was like, bro, he made it. I was like, there's no way we're coming back now. And I don't know, it was just tough, man. And also like we struggled, man. We were throwing a bunch of stupid passes, like the first game, like we were just like everybody was eating, just dishing out. I guess we're trying to do the same thing, but they were actually playing defense today, and it was hard. And just I don't know, the Clippers just came out really passive. Kawhi got clamped up. PG, I mean he played okay, but still like he didn't really shoot that efficiently. Marcus Morris played okay down the stretch. Lou Will played okay. It was just hard to score, man. And Denver was simply hitting their shots, man. Like Jokic was killing us. Gary Harris Jamal Murray was putting Kawhi on skates. It was tough, man. Real tough.
Okay, I think the Nuggets really came out in the first quarter, and their 2 stars really set the tone. They set the tone early. I think Jokic and Jamal combined for 22. Clippers themselves had 25 in the first quarter. The Nuggets stars really came out aggressive. They came out hungry. They wanted it more, basically. I think they wanted it more than the Clippers. The Nuggets constantly clogged up the paint tonight. Kawhi went from missing 4 shots to missing 13. He went 4 for 17.
Yeah.
A lot of those were simply he got annihilated in the paint. It looked like Jordan Lewis out there.
Yeah.
It really did. Nuggets just wanted it more. I'm surprised that it was a single-digit game, a single-digit win. Felt like a bit more, but
also we missed a bunch of free throws too.
Yeah, that too. But Nuggets played amazingly tonight. They won by single digits. I think the Clippers still got this in like 5.
Look,
Honestly.
I got the Nuggets in 6. I knew one of these games was gonna happen because this type of thing happens to the Clippers every so often. They have an off night. But okay, the Nuggets had an amazing game. They had an amazing first quarter. They shot really efficiently. Their stars showed up. But we also have to take into consideration Kawhi Leonard, like you said, shot 4 of 17. He had 4 turnovers. Paul George, even though we like to make fun of him and we like to say he's a lot of different names, Paul George today he shot 7 of 19, also had 4 turnovers. Lou Williams shot 6 of 16. Marcus Morris only hit like 1 3, I believe, and it was at the very end of the game. He hit 2 threes. He got 2 threes. Okay, well, one of them was at the very end of the game. He was having a really bad shooting night.
Mm-hmm.
Reggie Jackson gave you nothing. He only played 9 minutes. I will apologize to the Nuggets. I said they were getting bullied this series. I thought it might have ended maybe like in 5 after what I saw the previous game. I think it'll end in 6. That was my original prediction and my original bracket. They already got this win. I think they'll get another one. But I won't over-exaggerate this game because I do believe it's very, very rare that Kawhi, PG, and Lou Williams are off.
Mhm.
That is extremely rare. Kawhi is usually very efficient with the ball. He had 4 turnovers. PG did too. PG, we can say whatever we want about him. That's not exactly characteristic about him. And like turning the ball over, he'll miss shots. He doesn't really turn the ball over all that much. Zubac had a good game. Harrell, he was 10 and 3. He was fine. He gives them energy. I don't know. I don't think it's a really good matchup for him. I think Jokic just dominated him today. But it was a 9-point game. Clippers had a awful game. The Nuggets did come out to play, but even though they came out to play, the Clippers could have won this game if they would have made, say, if Kawhi goes 7 of 17, they probably have a better shot at winning this game. Like, you hit 3 more shots, they're right there. And the Nuggets played phenomenally. They played absolutely phenomenally. Everyone was hitting shots. Like you said, Gary Harris, the walking brick, he was hitting his shots. Even though all that happened and Jamal and Jokic showed out, you only won by 9. And the game, it's not like it was garbage time and everyone was playing with their bench. Like, everyone played till the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So having the game be only by 9 and having the Nuggets play almost a perfect game, except Jeremy Grant only shot like 1 of 9. That's not usually going to happen. He's pretty consistent for them. But everyone else played out of their mind. Paul Millsap was playing. I was pooping on him yesterday. I was saying he's washed. I was saying he's done. He played really well. I called him a dinosaur. I said he was a bum.
MPJ.
He played really well today. MPJ.
Played good off the bench.
He played really well today. He had some really good defensive possessions. But even though that all of that happened, it was only a 9-point game.
Yeah.
So I still think the Nuggets win one more game, but it'll be Clippers in 6.
Yeah. Okay. Back to a little bit about MPJ. He had 3 heartbreaking plays for me. First was
he blocked Harold nastily.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He chased down Harold.
Mm-hmm.
When PG got the block, then MPJ got the ball and dunked it. Like, it felt like we were gonna go on a run after that.
Mm-hmm.
And then also when I think when what's his face when Lou Will blocked, I think, Monte Morris, MPJ got the ball and then PG fell on the floor and then he just shot the midi. I was like, right when we were like building like momentum defensively, like we still got scored on because MPJ was like at the right place at the right time, and that was just heart wrenching. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about this game. I want to talk about it. I think the Nuggets played an excellent game. They can't ask for a more perfect game than they did today. That's as good as they're going to get, really. It's as good as they're going to get overall. I mean, Jokic, he had, 22 in the first half, right?
Yeah, I think 5
like
for
that.
6 from 3 or something.
Yeah.
And then he cooled down and only finished with 26 points in total.
He got 18 rebounds.
But I mean, Jamal Murray went for 27, and the Clippers, they had an awful game. They had an awful game shooting. I think the Nuggets made it uncomfortable for them. The Nuggets defense, everybody was knit and gritty with them. No easy things. They were fouling them, making them earn it. Free throw line, and the Clippers struggle from the free throw line. Also, they weren't that many open threes this game. The Clippers, they shot 9 from 32 from three. They shot 28% from three. That's yeah, Kevin, exactly. That's awful, man. That's what the Clippers shot. And the Nuggets, they went 15 for 40, 37% from three. And even so, they still only won by 9. So let's say realistically they hit 2 more threes.
Nuggets.
And then let's say the Clippers hit 2 more threes and Kawhi makes 2 more field goals, they win the game easy. You know what I mean? And a couple more free throws on the team, they win the game easy. The Nuggets are going to have to keep playing like this if they want to win this series. I think it's impossible for them to play like this. I think Kawhi's not going to give you 13 points again. I don't think that's not a Kawhi thing to do. Kawhi's usually a walking bucket around 25 points a game. I think they'll step it up, man. That was my take from it. Just poor shooting, good defense, and Kawhi's going to wake up from the
Yeah, Kawhi has to play better.
I think real quick, it's almost like the Clippers. They need to get slapped in the face before they turn it up a notch or something. You saw it with the Mavs.
They were slapped in the face.
You saw it with the Mavs. They got slapped. Win game one, come game two, walk through and the Mavs slap them in the face. It's a hard series. I think the Nuggets just did the same thing. Slap them in the face. They're like, hey, we're not going to be an easy walk in the park. We're still a playoff team. We finished top 3 in the West for a reason, or whatever. There's top 3 in the West for whatever reason. So
yeah, and I gotta give props to Michael Porter Jr. because yesterday we were all up on him. I'm not gonna apologize to Michael Porter Jr. because he's still a bum at defense, but yeah, it's the truth. He's a bum at defense. He's one of the worst defenders in the league. But he actually had some spurts in this game where he showed potential. He showed potential. He can be a much better player. He can actually be a good defensive player. Potential. Yeah, he had a couple of good steals, great block. He actually grabbed a lot of good defensive rebounds. A lot of rebounds. Yeah, he was crashing those boards. He hit some really good shots. He was pulling up with a lot of confidence. I want to see more of this. If Michael Porter Jr. can play like this, the Denver Nuggets have a slightly better chance of winning another game. I still don't see the Nuggets winning another game. I think it ends in 5. Clippers will win the next 3. And Kawhi Leonard, this game they lost, Kawhi Leonard played like trash. He shot 4 for 17. He went from having a perfect game to having the worst game ever. Paul George played okay. Paul George still has to play better. He missed a lot of shots. He missed the first 6 shots of the game. He can't keep playing like that. And then the Clippers shot really poorly the 3-point line. So they have to improve. I think they moved the ball pretty well. I just think the ball wasn't going in because they had a lot of good open shots. Of misses, man. Yeah, they just missed a lot of shots they usually make.
Bunch of layups too.
Yeah, a bunch of layups too. So I'm sticking with Clippers, and I don't see the Nuggets having another perfect first half like they had. They had the best first half ever. They will not do that again, especially against the Clippers. So
I think they're shooting 71% or something. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. And something about Nikola Jokic is that he did this before against Utah, where he had a great first half, and then he did not show up in the second half. The Nuggets had a perfect first half, and they still almost lost this game. They almost gave this game away. Yep. They were about to. And Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic combined with 9 points in the second half or something like that. That's not going to cut it against the Clippers. In the second half, you have to pick it up.
Yeah, and about MPJ, like we said yesterday, he has all the tools, man. He just needs to put it to work. He's got the length, he's got the athleticism, he's really got it all. If you look at MPJ as a player, he's really got it all. Yeah. He just got to put it to work. He just got to want it. He just got to want it on both sides of the court. He could, he could just be Jason Tatum of the West if he really puts it all together. You know what I'm saying? He just gotta want it, and I think he wants it. He just needs to learn how to play because he doesn't really, like I said yesterday, he's a little jumpy on his possessions on defense. He's a little too, I would say he's a little too tentative on blocks. He tries to get blocks way too often instead of actually close out. But I think he'll get there. He'll get there. So yeah.
Yeah. So who's winning tomorrow?
Yeah, let's talk tomorrow. Who wins Heat Bucks? Is it a sweep or did the Bucks?
I got the Bucks. The Bucks got to win one game.
Yeah,
I think
they
they'll win
have to win
tomorrow.
at least one.
I think if Giannis plays, he's questionable for tomorrow as far as what I read. If he plays, I think they'll win one game. If he doesn't play, bring out the broomsticks, Rosario. Bring them out.
Giannis better play, man.
He gotta
play. You gotta play. He's gonna look so bad. MVP of the league doesn't play that game. I think he plays.
I hope he gets his award tomorrow. I hope he gets his award. Down 0-3. I hope he gets it.
I truly do believe the Heat are gonna sweep them. It's gonna be a close game.
Bring out the brooms.
Bring out the broom. The Heat win by 6.
Sweep.
By 6.
Sweep.
It's gonna be a sweep. Only undefeated team left in the playoffs. Miami going to the conference finals. 8-0 record.
I like that energy.
New age Lakers, man.
I hope it happens. As president of the Janus hater club, I hope it happens. But I do think they'll win tomorrow. And the Lakers-Rockets game, I think the Lakers pull it out tomorrow. I think they'll have a bounce-back game like they did with the Blazers. I think they'll really show up tomorrow, and they'll probably beat the Rockets by, I'll say, like 12 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lakers are winning tomorrow. I'm picking the Lakers.
This game,
I hope it's going to be a close game. But I might go with Lakers.
Lakers 6 points or something like that. I'm gonna say 6 or 7. 6 or 7 points.
I want to think. I think the Rockets have a chance of going 2-0, but no, my gut's telling me go Lakers. I think the Lakers are going to tie it up 1-1. I think it comes down. I think they're going to overtime in this game. It's going to come down to that, and I think the Lakers win by like 4 to 8 points, somewhere in that range, something like that. It's going to be a close game. Lakers tied up.
Yeah, and then honestly, anything is possible. We didn't think Denver could play defense, and maybe the Lakers could shoot tomorrow. So
I believe so. What you got? Who wins tomorrow? Lakers, Rockets.
I think that how this series is gonna go is Lakers are gonna win tomorrow. I think Rockets take Game 3, and then Lakers win 3 straight.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Lakers in 6.
Well, that wraps it up for today's podcast.
We gotta shout them out.
Like, share, and subscribe. And we have a shout out real quick too.
Shout out to Celio Rodriguez.
Yes, sir.
Watching the video, thank you for the constructive criticism. I hope we fix it today. Thank you for the love. I hope you keep watching our videos. And just shout out to you, man. Thank you for watching.
Shout out, Sergio.
Shout out. Appreciate you guys.
All right.
Peace.
Peace, guys.